Hello, this is Historical Fiction with Kwiatoslav, and in addition to books, I also collect figurines, historical figurines, mostly from companies like Papo and Schleg and so on. And yeah, I've been doing it for about, say, 25 years, so I've got a small collection, I'd say about 120 or so, 140 figures. And yeah, I enjoy them. I enjoy collecting them because they're based in history. And yeah, I thought I'd show off a few of them, just a few, just to see, just in case anybody's interested in what they look like close up. And I thought I'd start here with my collection of Papo Romans because it's a small collection, so it won't take very long. Most of my figures that tend to be from the more medieval era. Excuse me again, because that's just what's usually available. But I like the Romans quite a bit. And here's actually one of my first figures that I actually got. I think I got this one on my honeymoon when I was in Paris. Found a shop and was one of were actually the first Popo figures that I ever bought or ever owned. So yeah, as you can see, this one is a Roman legionnaire there. You can see quite nice. He's got his gladius there and his shield and so on, and his little cape there. I always said that the Popple figures are good quality. I quite like them there. And yeah, overall, I think he's quite a nice character. Let the camera try to focus there. So he's one of two actual Roman soldiers I've got. This one I actually got rather recently. You'll see he's much. This one is a Roman legionnaire, and he's got a much better paint job. I'll just show you the comparison between the two. As you can see, this one from 25 years ago is a bit more faded. So this one's nice and shiny there, which is the figures, they do tend to fade. There's nothing you can really do about that. As you can see, he's got the helmet, which would have a chin strap there, and so on. He's actually a bit more authentic because he's got his shield forward and his gladius kind of behind him to strike. You can imagine him in a formation, in a testudo or something. And he's also got the scabbard on the correct side, on the right side, as the Romans would have had it. And he's got his, I think it's called Lorica segmentata there. So I said quite a nice figure. I like this one quite a bit there. Now, in addition to the soldiers, I've also got, this is another one that I got in Paris on my honeymoon, probably my first figure that I've got. And this one is a gladiator, Rotarius there. I say he's quite cool. He's got a nice helmet there. I know he's not, from what I know about gladiators, he's not completely authentic because his shield should be square there instead of this round. Sorry, I'll try to let it focus. This round figure there, and he's actually got his gladius in a kind of a strange shape. It's in this kind of fist guard there, which I've never seen. I imagine they could have existed, but I've never seen it that way. But the rest of him seems to be authentic. He's got a shin guard here and the armor on his right arm, his sword arm, but also a bare chest there because that would be in the Colosseum they wanted to see blood, and fatal style wounds. So they would armor the limbs because they didn't want your fight to end because your gladiator got hit in the hand, for example. And yeah, I think it's quite a nice figure there. So I'll try to hold them steady so that they can focus. And then in addition to them, I've got a few kind of Celts, would have been some of the main Roman opponents. So this one, he's quite a cool figure. He's got his wooden shield there and his sword. As you can see, it's a bit longer than the Roman gladius there, as it would have been. And it's got this kind of nice style, this kind of chain mail jerkin there, which is really cool. And I think originally he had a shield in his hand, and I can't remember why, but I think I switched them just to make him a little more offensive, because I wanted some offensive and some defensive characters there. But overall, yeah, quite a cool one. And then I've got another Celt here, which is another kind of nice one. And see this one's kind of you know, what we would imagine a Celt, kind of blonde-haired, bare-chested with these striped trousers that are really done well. You know, he's a muscular figure, you know, charging into armor, and probably can't quite make it out, but he's even got some kind of dreadlocks in his hair, you know, not being washed and so on. So I say quite a cool one. He's got this axe in one hand and sword in the other, so he can be another kind of offensive character. So they're quite good for kind of posing. You can make them, you know, pose them for combat and so on. There, you know, I can make them look good. You know, as if they're one of the nice things about Papo figures is they're not all kind of defensive or posing. Some of them are offensively minded and so on. But yeah, overall, that's my Papo Roman collection. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Goodbye.